This video is going to cover everything we did in math today in 8th grade honors math on Friday, January 21st. The first thing you need to do is click where it says click here right above this video to open up ClassKick. Make sure that you sign in with Google when you sign into ClassKick so that you can go back to your work if I have comments. The first thing we did during class today was take this week's foundations quiz. I just put it for you on slide 1 of ClassKick. So please pause this video and take the foundations quiz. Then you can unpause this video to hear about the rest of the lesson. So again, please pause this video to take the foundations quiz, and then you can unpause this video for the rest of the lesson. Today's learning target was I can solve equations with different numbers of solutions. Yesterday, we were looking at equations that had 0, 1, or many solutions, and looking at patterns that would help us determine whether equations had that number of solutions. Today, we're going to continue exploring that idea. The first thing we did was 8.1 matching solutions. Consider the unfinished equation 12 times x minus 3 plus 18. Match the following expressions with the number of solutions the equation would have with that expression on the right side. So if expressions 1, 2, and 3 were on the right side of the equation with the blank, which one would give us one solution, which would give us no solutions, and which would give us infinite solutions? Go ahead and pause this video to try 8.1 on your own. One way that you could have started working through 8.1 is by distributing. For example, in question 1, if we distribute the 6, meaning we multiply 6 times 2x and times negative 3, we end up with 12x minus 18. We can do the same thing to the equation up top by simplifying. If we distribute that 12, we end up with 12x, and again, we'll have to multiply 12 times 3, so it's 12x minus 36 plus 18. Now, of course, we can combine the minus 36 and the plus 18 so that it's simply minus 18, because negative 36 plus 18 is minus 18. And so we know that the right side of the equation is really equal to 12x minus 18. And since question 1 is also equal to 12x minus 18, we know that this equation has all solutions. Any number is going to be a solution because the right and the left side are exactly the same. And that means that no matter what we pick for x, the two sides will be equal. Now we can do the same thing for question 2 where we just distribute. So if we distribute 4, we end up with 12x minus 12. Now this time we can see that the equation is true for no solutions. And the reason why is because 12x is present on both sides of the equation. 12x equals 12x. But if we write out an equation that looks like this one, 12x equals 18 equals 12x minus 12, we know that these two equations can never be equal if x is the same number. And the reason why is because we'll be multiplying that number times 12, then adding two different amounts on the right and left side. And so if we add a negative 12 or subtract 12 and we add a negative 18 or subtract 18, we know that the left side will always be less than the right. Now, finally, in question 3, we have 8x minus 12. We have a different number of x's than we do up here. So 12x minus 18 equals 8x minus 12. And in that case, we could simply subtract 8x from both sides, and we could solve like a normal equation. So in this case, there is one solution. Now I'm going to have you skip 8.2 because it was a card classroom activity, and I'm going to have you take a look at 8.3 next. In activity 8.3, it says determine if an equation has no solutions, one solution, or if it's true for all values of x. The way that you solve these equations is exactly the same as the way I just demonstrated in 8.1. So I would like you to complete activity 8.3 on your own, and I will post class notes after we have class today so that you can check your work. Once you complete 8.3, there's a lesson summary on slide 5, and then there will be a study guide posted in the Friday main folder here that you also need to complete before the benchmark exam on Wednesday. So to recap, what you have left to do is complete activity 8.3 on slides 3 and 4, and then start your benchmark study guide in the main folder. If you have any questions, make sure that you send me an email.